But he turns around, goes dark for a second, and he hits us with the...
Yeah, and Brendan and I standing next to each other like, oh boy, I can't wait for this holding absence. Right? All of a sudden, they're dead there. We're like, okay, cool, they're bringing the energy. This is fun. We're like, oh, nice. And then this motherfucker comes out, and I swear like 4 people flew. Like,
what's up, you somber sickle suckers?
Can I tell you what my favorite part of the name is? It's always the first word, because it's always Brendan Flex that he does have a vocabulary.
I do know words, guys.
It's not just dude, bro, fuck shit.
That is a majority, but I do have other words.
Oh, somber.
Somber.
Sickle.
Sickle suckers.
Sickle suckers. Like icicle?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Like
an icicle. No.
All right, Brendan. Welcome everyone to the episode.
Yeah.
After 84.
Cool. Yeah.
Also better known as episode 85 of the Attention Deficit Dawgs. Woo! That was a little much. I'm sorry, I apologize. I put a little too much.
Jeffrey started it.
I mean, it was just like, it's how we go, bro.
That's true.
Speaking of how we go, how we do, how we get it started, Brandon.
Fucking song of the week,
Song
Jeffrey.
of the week time, my boy.
What's your song of the week,
My
Jeffrey?
song of the week. We saw these guys recently. We just heard this song live. We will discuss that later, obviously. But my song of the week is Crows by The Plot and You.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
It gives like murder horror movie vibes. It's fucking
wonderful.
crazy.
It's wonderful.
It's a fucking crazy ass song, man.
Yeah, that song
is wild. I recommend it to everyone. If you like heavier music.
If you
listen to like exclusively pop music, you probably won't
fuck with this song at all. It might scare you a little bit.
Terrifying. If that is not.
Yeah, you might not be able to sleep. If like you listen to solely Taylor Swift, you will not be able to sleep for a week.
If you listen to solely Taylor Swift, I don't know why you find our podcast interesting. But
yeah, if you solely listen to Taylor Swift, you've obviously never listened to a single one of our songs of the weeks.
Yeah.
Because Taylor Swift has never been on there and never will be.
No, maybe old school, like 18-year-old country Taylor.
Maybe, but I highly doubt it.
I don't even know how well songs were coming out when she was 18.
Me neither.
She's been making music. She was like out of the womb, right?
Yeah.
She like came out the womb going through a breakup or something.
Yeah, mid breakup. She broke up with her mom, bro.
Broke up with an embryo. All right. Or the placenta. What's the thing that rich people eat?
The placenta.
The placenta?
Yeah.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
Is that weird to anyone else?
Yeah, it's very weird to most people.
Like a lot of people are like, yeah, eat the placenta. Like mothers like I've heard certain people like swear by it, and I don't understand. Like, to each their own, but I'm not trying to eat my own. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't know. It was designed to come out of your body, not go back in it.
Like, I wouldn't eat poop.
Exactly. You wouldn't eat poop. Why you eat the placenta?
I mean, they don't come out the same hole.
That's true, but.
No, we're not
Why?
talking about a butt.
That's like boogers, bro.
See, but you eat pussy.
Yeah.
Damn right. Damn fucking right. You heard it here first, ladies.
Brandon eats pussy.
Yeah, we eat pussy. Yup.
Yup.
Damn fucking right.
I don't eat what comes out of the coochie. Exactly.
So let me get this straight. If a girl's like, oh, I'm getting close, you're eating her out. You're like, all right, hold on, I'm gonna stop.
No, but I've never had anything in my mouth.
Never had anything in your mouth? How do you eat food? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game segment game time.
Yeah.
Where we play a game segment game.
For the game segment game
Time.
Yeah.
That's our new keyword. Game segment game time.
Segment
All right,
game
ladies
time.
and gentlemen, this one we like to play. It's a lot of fun. Brendan, I think, has never lost. He's actually always had a winning record. This one I don't think is too tough for him today. Queen sweep eligible even.
Ooh, I'm in the fight for a queen sweep. I love to hear it.
This is a fun game. We love to play it. The last time we played it was my first time playing it, and it was rough. But I still won barely.
I love
Let's see
this
if
game.
Brendan can whip it out the win today. Welcome to I Think I've Heard of That. Basically, how this game works is I have a very shitty movie or TV show description for Brendan. He's going to have to tell me what it is. he does get the lifeline of I will read it in a southern accent.
Oh, dude, dang, fuck it. I don't know what I'd do without that shit.
So, are you ready for number one? I got some tough ones. I got some easy ones thrown in here, Brendan. I think the easy ones you're gonna get. I don't think there's a way you don't get them. If you don't, you're stupid. All right?
So down. Here for the...
Now, I want everyone to know. If they're like, that's not even what fully happens. Shut up. If I tell Brendan what fully happens, it gives away everything.
True.
Okay? I have to make it vague as shit, and I have to cut out some key character names or ideas or things that just make it a little harder for him to make the game actually enjoyable. Number one! Are you ready, Brendan?
Yeah.
In one of the top cities for young rappers, an up-and-coming rapper tries to understand the line between real life and street life.
Thinking this is 8 Mile. I'm not thinking of many more rap movies. There's not tons of them. Not a very popular genre.
Of rap movies?
Yeah.
Dog.
There's a couple.
So many rap movies.
Okay, a couple good ones.
Okay. You did not say good rap movies. You said rap
There's a
movies.
couple ones that I could sit through.
Let It Shine, the Disney Channel.
I want you to know that's the other option I was contemplating. It was between 8 Mile and Let It Shine.
They're basically the same plot.
Basically. I was gonna make a joke implying that Eminem was black, but I'm not gonna do that.
No, not that type of podcast.
I'm gonna go with 8 Mile.
All right, Brendan, this is Atlanta.
Ah, fuck!
The young rapper.
I forgot that there's
question,
TV shows. Shit.
The young rapper in question is Al.
Yep.
Trying to understand.
Yep,
The
that makes
line
more
between
sense.
real life
That
and
makes a
street
lot
life.
more sense
now,
than 8 Mile.
The rest of the description talks about his cousin being his manager and all that, and his crazy drugged out posse.
I see.
And if I mentioned any of that, you know 100% it's Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So I just gave you what it gave for Al, and that's what it is. Paperboy himself.
Paperboy.
All right, Brendan. 0-1. That's okay.
That's
You
fine.
can still pull it back. The Queen Sweep is dead.
It is dead for Frisco. It's because you brought it up,
I'm
Jeffrey.
gonna be honest, I thought this was the easy one. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, it's Atlanta. He's been watching it. It's fresh in his mind.
It's pretty.
Rapper.
Yeah.
Right. All right, Brendan. Number 2. A young aspiring rapper.
I'd fucking kill myself.
A young aspiring rapper moves into a rundown trailer home with his alcoholic mother. Then he works his way through the underground rap battle scene.
I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. Round 2? This is fucking 8 Mile and I'm killing myself.
Brendan, this is 8 Mile.
Fuck, man. Oh my fucking god.
Dog, I had to hold back the laughter. When you were like, I think this is 8 Mile because I'm looking at number 2, 8 Mile.
I'm fucking killing myself, actually.
Can I tell you right now? At this point in writing, I really wanted to make all of them rap movies. But I was like, I don't think Brendan knows enough. And I got really close to making number 3, Let It Shine. I need you to know that right now. Because if I could start a third description with an up-and-coming rapper...
I would have been so mad. I'm so mad. Fuck this, bro.
You're 1-1. You got 8 Mile correct.
I got 8 Mile.
You also thought Atlanta.
I also
was
guessed 8 Mile twice, so...
You also did guess 8 Mile. It's got to be right one of them. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, all right, just keep guessing 8 Mile. It's got to be one of these. All right, Brendan.
8 Mile.
Okay, that is incorrect. This is actually...
Let's hear it,
All
Jeffrey.
right, Brendan. Once again, an easy one you should get, my boy. 6 years before representing notorious criminals, a small-time attorney hustles to make a name for himself.
Pretty sure this is my boy.
Dog Cop?
No. Jace from the Paw Patrol.
That is incorrect.
No, this is gonna be Better Call Saul.
He almost said Breaking Bad.
I did not.
This is Better Call Saul.
Yes, it is!
100% Better Call Saul. A young James McGill
Oh,
turned Saul Goodman.
Slick Jimmy.
Oh, Slick Jimmy. All right, Brendan. Look at that. Look at that. You're 2-1.
Okay, that's a positive record down.
Pull this so easily back.
I got that.
All right, Brendan. Number 4. A Harvard undergrad and a computer genius begins to work on a global network.
Alright, run it back. I think I know what this is.
A Harvard undergrad and computer genius begins to work on a global network.
He's thinking. To work on a global network. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Now, can I tell you, this might be one of the ones that you've heard of.
But haven't seen.
You might have not seen it, but you've definitely heard of this movie. Everyone knows what this movie is. If you don't, you gotta watch it, Brendan. You'd probably enjoy it, honestly.
Graduate. Fuck movie as a Harvard graduate is the lead. Undergrad.
He's also a computer genius.
Good for fucking him, bro.
Well, good for him!
Jesus fucking Christ, I don't know, bro.
Oh, Brendan.
I don't know.
Silly bean ding.
I've probably seen this too.
You've definitely heard of it. I think we've talked about this movie before.
Harvard undergrad. Run it back one last time.
You need a southern accent?
Yes, please.
All right. A Harvard undergrad and computer genius begins to work on a global network.
See, what the fuck is the global network? What the fuck does that even mean? So I'm sitting here going, Goodwill Hunting. But he never graduated.
Goodwill Hunting. It's 8 Mile.
It might fucking be 8 Mile, honestly.
All right.
This could be Young Sheldon.
Oh, fuck, you nailed it. It's Young Sheldon.
Fuck, dude. Harvard.
What? You're just slurring words now?
I'll show you a slur.
Nope. Cut. Get out. Bring in the other Brendan.
Dude, I don't know. I don't even know what to guess, dog.
You got him, Brendan. I need a guess. This doesn't put you out. If
It
you
doesn't
get this
put me
one wrong,
out.
This puts you 2 and 2.
It's a tough fight, Jeffrey. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. It's always when he says it's easy. Every time this motherfucker goes, I think you got this.
I did not say that this one specifically was easy.
Yeah, but you know what he did do? Brendan, I think you got this whole game. Fuck.
Got some actors in it, you know, too.
Did I say my song of the week? I don't think I said my song.
Dude.
Um,
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get to Brendan's song of the week.
We'll get to it after the game.
Come on, cut this out. I'm wiping my nose.
Fucking. We're gonna go with.
You got this. You got this. Mind's eye. Open it. Open it, buddy. Open it up.
Dude, we're going with fucking The Usual Suspects.
Brendan, this is the 2010 film The Social Network.
I fucking seen it. Run that thing back. Yeah, never mind. Actually, you don't have to do that. That makes total sense now.
So
yeah,
can I tell you something? I changed one main word in this.
What?
Because in the thing, between the words global and network, it did originally have the word social, and I can't just give you social network when that's literally the name of the film. So
I think you should have left social in there, but I don't give a fuck. Let's move on.
okay, but like you read the thing now, or you hear it now, and you.
Yeah, but I'm going global network. I would have never guessed the social network.
But if I
in my
was a
entire
global
life.
social network, you would have been like, oh, it's social network.
Yeah, but I would have never gotten there. I would have never gotten there.
I had to make it harder, okay?
Alright, let's go.
2 and 2. You can still win.
I got this. I got this.
Brendan, I got an easy one for you.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Just read me the damn question with no premise.
A mother embarks on a journey to rescue her child from a demonic TV show character.
Yeah. What's it called though?
Oh no, he doesn't remember. The Ring.
Yeah, that's it.
It's got TVs and.
It's Mr.
Yeah. I'm gonna need the name,
It
Brendan.
starts with an M. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, Mister.
Mr. Fuck! I'm killing myself.
He knows it, dude.
I'm killing myself.
If you get this one wrong, you have to get the next two correct.
Mr. Mickey.
Mr.
Mr.
Say your final answer.
No. Mr. Mr. Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, Fernando Alonso. Final answer.
Mr.
Oh, dude, you can't remember. Oh, dude, this has been the most infuriating rounds of I think I've heard of that.
Mr.
Dude,
What the fuck is that guy's name?
I've never seen this game put you through the ringer.
Mr. Diddy. Where you like kids like that.
Whoa.
Mr.
Yeah.
Dennis. Final answer.
Final answer, Mr. Dennis. Brendan, that is correct. No. Not even close.
I was like, what?
Yeah, dude. I just wanted to see your face. It's Mr. Crockett.
Fucking lounging for the rest of this fucking segment.
He's lounging. Alright, Brendan, you gotta get these next two right to win, okay, buddy? Don't cry, you're okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Sorry. Number 6. An adrenaline-loving street racer has a blazing encounter with a longtime foe, then decides to take an up-and-coming street racer under his wing. What, Brendan?
I'm pretty sure this is the first Fast and the Furious, and that's what I'm gonna lock in.
I'm gonna need the full title.
The Fast and the Furious.
There you go, Brendan. This is the Fast and
Oh,
the
okay,
Furious.
we're back to locking in words.
Brendan, you are 3-3. It all comes down to this final one.
I will say, we haven't had a game this intense in a while.
I think.
Like, down to the wire like
Brendan,
this?
Can I tell you something? I think you got this one. I think this one's real easy.
Jeffrey, I'm gonna say this nice and slow. You know how much I fucking hate you? Like, genuinely.
I love you too, buddy. Alright, are you ready for this?
Yep.
It all comes down to this.
Yes, it does. Read me it.
I didn't need to yell like that. I
Read me
apologize. Raised by an overprotective parent, an assistant for a college football team shows his capabilities and is added to the roster.
Run it back.
Alright.
I think I got it.
I think you got it.
I think I got
I
it.
think you got it. Raised by an overprotective parent, the assistant for a college football team shows his capabilities and is added to the roster. The Blind Side. Final answer.
I think this is the Water Boy.
Final answer.
And yeah, that's when we'll lock in.
Brendan, you have won!
Yes!
3.
Woo! That was fucking intense, guys. Holy balls.
Let's talk about the ones that got Brendan today. We have The Social Network, Atlanta, and then Mr. Crockett.
Yep. The sad part is I knew Mr. Crockett. I just couldn't get the fucking name.
And Atlanta he thought was 8 Mile.
Yep.
Which was actually number 2.
Yep. I will be mad about that forever.
See, but the second one felt so obviously 8 Mile after you said it, you know? That you were like, fuck.
I'm ending my whole life. I'm ending my whole
You
fucking
won!
life. I won.
You're fine!
No, I'm still ending it.
You're fine!
I'm still ending it. Oh, okay.
Let's get into...
I'm going to say my song of the week real quick.
Yeah, Brendan, tell me about your song of the week.
It's called Your World Holds Weight, But I Am Not a Bodybuilder by Brevin Kim.
Woo!
They dropped a new album. Brevin Kim's have a couple songs by me before. But this one they just went full-blown emo. And Like, even off the album, it doesn't fit. It's just an emo song. And I love it. So, yeah. Go check it out. But in other news... Oh, how you doing, Jeffrey?
Oh, I'm great. Could we talk about something that's happening? So, I think this is perfect for our podcast to talk about.
Oh, let's hear it.
So, this episode will air after this wonderful day happens, I guess. But, Brendan, February 26th, I don't know if you've heard anything about it on TikTok or seen any of the jokes or anything.
No, I only know one thing that's going on February 26th.
And what's that, Brendan?
The first F1 race will be held.
Oh my God!
But it's not. It's just testing. But
it's just
we get to see the cars on the 26th.
You
Okay,
got
continue.
embarrassed. F1.
It's everyone.
No, it's actually National Backdoor Day,
Oh, you sticking in the ass?
or more importantly known as Slime Your Homeboy Day.
Oh, I see.
So this is Fuck Your Boys Day.
Yeah, so this isn't for couples. Yeah.
I mean, it's for a couple of boys.
Couple of boys.
Couple of boys.
We'll get the boys together. We'll create a chain.
But yeah, I kept seeing things about it, and I was like, what's this about? And then I finally had to look it up, and yeah, it's just National Backdoor Day, man.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm so down.
So, Brendan, in 2 days from the recording of this, get ready to get fucked in the ass, buddy.
You think I'm not always ready to be fucked in the ass at all points throughout every day?
Is it just a normal occurrence for you?
Yeah. I even have a plug in there right now just to keep it nice and loose. Loose for the boys.
Is this what your tramp stamp says?
Yeah. Loose for the boys.
Can we still call them that? Tramp stamps? I feel like the word tramp is hurtful. Lower back tattoos.
I feel like if you called someone a tramp, they'd laugh at you.
Brennan, you're a tramp.
Go back to 1960s.
Oh, Brennan, you've tarnished me.
Tarnished.
You've tarnished me.
Jeffrey's tarnished.
Yeah.
All right, Jeffrey. We prefaced it earlier, and we prefaced it last week. We had a weekend. We had a day in Denver.
Yeah, we did. We went to Denver.
We went to Denver
for a concert.
Yes.
Concert went crazy.
Yep. Concert went insane.
Before the concert,
Before the
we
concert,
found this fucking dumpling place.
dumpling. We had
It
dumplings
was
and
like DJ
edamame.
Dumpling Kitchen. That shit.
Dude, it was busting.
I ate all my dumplings so quick.
We got-
Brendan, I'm outing your ass.
Uh-oh.
So we're sitting at the dumpling place, right? And they had like all these bottles of sauce sitting at the end of the table that we could like make our own sauce.
Yeah,
right?
you can make your own sauce.
So Brendan and I are making sauce. I put a little soy sauce. I put way too much vinegar because that shit was like compared to the soy sauce.
Yeah.
So I put more soy sauce. I put some chili flake in. I was like, hell yeah. Brendan's doing the same. Our dumplings get to the table. We're like, dumpling time,
Dumpling.
right? We start eating them, and you know, before we got our food, Brendan and I are preparing our utensils, and I asked him. I said, Brendan, how good are you with chopsticks? You know, he tells me I can use them.
I can use them.
You
That's
know,
a
I
true
ain't catching
fact.
flies and shit with them. But
I can use them.
I
I can
use
get the food from my mouth, from the table to my mouth using a chopstick.
yeah,
Might not be the prettiest,
might not be the correct way,
but it'll get
but
there.
it will happen, right? So, knowing this, you know, our dumplings come, we eat a couple. Brendan, he's having a little difficulty grabbing one or two dumplings.
They were slippery little dumplings.
They were soup dumplings, so they were wet. They were
No,
delicious.
they were so fucking good.
Brent, you know, it's a little plump dump, right?
Yeah.
So finally, Brendan picks up, I think maybe like dumpling number 3 or 4 at this point.
No, unfortunately, I think it was 2.
What?
Yeah, I think it was 2.
What?
I think it was dumpling
This is
number
dumpling
2.
number 2?
Yeah, I was still in shock of how good the first one was, and then I went to pick up the second. Yeah, and then continued.
So Brendan grabs this dumpling with the heart of 1,000 small boys just so happy to eat, right? He just like, oh, hell yeah. Fucking picks it up, goes to bring it over the sauce, and then from like, probably like a solid like 7 inches above the sauce thing, does he drop the dumpling?
It falls out and in right into the sauce.
Dude,
Splashes fucking
he
everywhere.
stained his sweatshirt, like, it's fucking sauce everywhere.
Everywhere, bro.
We're like, we're not gonna be messy. We have, you know, I think like literally we were just talking about how we were like, all right, bro, don't make a mess. Like we got clean.
Yeah,
up.
we were.
And then you fucking.
Immediately after, yep.
Yeah, man. Great place though.
Great place. We went and found probably my new favorite vinyl store of all time. Like, We go to this place called Twist and Shout a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a really big record store. But goddamn, this one we went to, it was called like Sold Out Records.
It was Brendan's Nirvana.
It was just, they had everything I like. And that's it. They had everything I like.
Everything.
Twist and Shout has a little bit of everything, but a lot of times they won't have specific things you're looking for. A lot of times at Twist and Shout, I'd say, when you find something, it might not be like something you went in there looking for, but it's like something you're like, that's a random pull, but I don't think I'm ever going to find that again type beat. That's what you find at Twist and Shout.
Also, I think Twist and Shout, for certain bigger artists, you go and you find all the mainstream albums. And that's like, but with the store you're talking about, we went in and found like entire catalogs worth of vinyls.
Like if they had an artist you liked, they most likely had like every album that artist dropped.
It was all but like one Kenny album.
Yep, all but like one Kenny album.
Every Mac album.
What else did they have there?
Even his Tiny Desk concert.
Even his Tiny Desk concert, and they had like special editions of like Swimming. And like, yeah, new favorite place. We'll be going there again for sure to buy it.
And I realized that like while we were there, because we saw a vinyl of Norm Macdonald, I realized that I should be collecting comedy vinyl.
He should be.
Like, there's so many great comedy albums, because that was the way that stand-up like became a thing before.
Yeah.
Was you made a fucking album. You recorded an album, you put it on somewhere, and you just listen to each fucking joke and story as you go along.
Yep.
None of this fucking clip farming nowadays.
Oh
but
God, bro. Jesus Christ. Us clip farmers. No. We're not clip farmers.
Nah,
we barely even post on TikTok.
We got overgrown crop if we're clip farmers.
Oh God. We don't be clipping shit.
But yeah, so I realized that's something that I need to purchase. Then we got the dumplings. Bussin'. And then it was time to wait for the show.
It's time to wait for the show.
Now, it was cold as shit.
It was.
It was snowing.
It was.
Okay?
All day it was snowing, yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking freezing,
all day.
And we went and stood outside.
For about 45 minutes.
Yep. Super cold.
Super freezing cold.
But this happens to me every time I'm cold and waiting outside at a concert. My feet hurt more than anything else.
Feet is the worst part.
Because you're always wearing like thin-ass Converse or something, you know? And then... Because you got a sweatshirt and jeans on, you're like, all right, well, the rest of my body's fine, but you're feeling...
Yeah.
Because you're also standing on ice, and that doesn't help, you know?
Yeah. So me and Jeffrey make it in, and we go to the front. So there's like 3 different like layers, like levels that you can like choose to stand on. We almost chose the big one. Probably should have stayed there. We didn't.
We did. We started there.
We started there.
We were like, this is a good spot.
And then I was like, oh, let's go down there. And then we went down there. It was fine in the long run, but like, I feel like we would have had better pits if we stayed in the middle. That's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. But we're sitting there. We're waiting. First band comes out. Pretty fucking good.
Yeah, what was their name?
Acres.
Yeah, they were solid.
They were solid. Yeah, it was a solid band. They was the first band. They just kind of got shit going. It was great.
Yeah, they were good. Good vocalists. Good vibes. They were hyping everyone up.
Here's where everything changes. Me and Jeffrey thought there were 3 bands on the docket.
Yes.
Acres was one of them, so boom. As expected.
That's the first band.
The second band is this band called Holding Absence.
Which we knew was going to be there.
And Holding Absence... Okay, prefaced. The main band we saw, the one that has Jeffrey's Song of the Week, is a heavier band. Holding Absence, heavy, but not as heavy. They're not as screamy.
No.
They have parts where they're like yelling, but like they're not screaming. No. It's not really made for like pushing people and moshing like crazy like the other songs are. So we're expecting that. There was a 4th band, guys.
That we did not realize was going to be there.
So they came on, and we're like, and we've never seen Holding Absence before. We don't know what the fuck they
so
look
we
like.
thought it was Holding Absence.
We thought it was them.
And then the bassist walks up to the mic and does the thing that shows you it's about to be a fucking trek. He walks up and goes, "Get there!" And we're like,
oh, okay.
Okay,
they're a little harder live.
You know?
And then the singer comes out. Doesn't say a single fucking word.
This man is an anomaly to me. I don't understand him.
Oh, by the way, the band that came out, their name's Boundaries.
Phenomenal. Great live. They put on a
fantastic
show live, dude.
In my opinion, from what I've heard, better live than in their music. Just because I prefer the environment when screaming music's happening too.
Yeah. It's harder to be like just at work and then And you're
But he
like,
turns around, goes dark for a second, and he hits us with the.
yeah. And Brendan and I standing next to each other like, oh boy, I can't wait for this holding absence. Right? All of a sudden, they're dead there. We're like, okay, cool, they're bringing the energy. This is fun. We're like, oh, nice. And then this motherfucker comes out, and I swear like 4 people flew. Like, across.
4 people flew, and then this guy who must have been waiting for a pit for the first one. Just started at the right-hand side of the crowd and ran to the very left-hand side, pushing everyone in his way. Starting an absolutely massive fucking
Brent and I
pit.
get tipped over. We're like, what the fuck? And then
I turn around and go, oh shit, there's a pit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, because none of us expected.
None of us expect.
We were like half a second into the first note.
Dude, yeah, like that guy wasted no time. He said they started okay.
There were people there for Boundaries, and it was so fucking cool to see.
So cool.
But the people that were there for Boundaries all looked like they had been through some shit.
Yeah.
And after hearing them live, I understand why. Because there was one very intense moment where Brendan kind of gets sucked into the pit, and I'm kind of like on the wall of the pit, like, all right, making sure Brendan doesn't die. And I'm pushing whatever, and all of a sudden the vocalist is like, fucking hey, you! Like screams this shit, and Brendan immediately locks eyes with me from across the pit and is just like, and I was like,
Yeah, I sat there and I was, because I still at this point wasn't fully sure if this was just a Holding Absence song I hadn't heard yet.
Yeah, they were like, Holding Absence is crazy.
I was like, no, this song's wild. But I was in the middle of that pit and I heard the, I fucking hate you. And I was like, oh shit, this pit's about to be way harder than I thought it was going to be. But had a great time.
Every single one of their songs had a pit.
Every single song.
Fail.
It was a never-ending pit.
One had a pit.
I swear to God, that pit didn't stop even during in between songs. That pit was just going.
They put on a fucking rager.
Fucking I'm not necessarily sure I'd ever say that I would pay to go see them specifically again.
Just because it's not something you normally listen to. Like,
if I was buying a ticket and it said Boundaries was on the docket, I'd be like, fuck
like if the headliner was like, oh, that's someone I do want to see, but I don't know if it's worth it, and then Boundaries also on there, I'd be like, nah.
I'd be like, dude, yeah, Boundaries.
I'd be like, bro, we gotta go see
Boundaries.
You'll fuck them up.
They're just fun. The environment is so much fun.
And when we were talking about the lead singer, how he was like an anomaly, he didn't speak a single word.
Nope.
Other vocals.
Yep, he sang, and that's it.
No, he screamed.
He screamed, yeah, he screamed.
But there was parts in I noticed the only parts where he wasn't screaming, he was just talking.
Interesting.
And I was like, oh, so motherfucker just yells.
Motherfucker just yells.
Because all of their softer, kind of punkier vocals was all the drummer.
Mm-hmm.
But that dude, goddamn, he probably wasn't talking because he's got to conserve all that shit.
Oh my God.
His lungs, man.
Yeah, that was wild. We count on about a quarter through the set.
Yeah,
they said
like,
something about
remember guys, our name's Boundaries, and we were like,
that's
not holding up.
Yeah, because I was sitting there waiting for a song I knew or a song I'd heard.
Yeah, anything we've recognized.
But then Holding Absence pulled up, and apparently there was a chance that they weren't even going to make it to the show.
No,
I was not aware of that. I went onto their Instagram that night, and they had posted about it. They were like, we're stuck, we might not be able to make it. And then it was another post where it's like, we're on our way. And then it was another post, we fucking made it!
Yeah, because we got there an hour and a half before the fucking concert.
Yeah. So, fucking sick. They put on a good show. It was kind of nice because there wasn't a pit during them.
And they weren't as heavy
They
as
were
the
not
first
as heavy.
two.
So we got time to recharge.
But still have a great time. They put on a
had an
great show.
absolute
They were
great time.
super fun to watch.
Because I knew a couple of their songs, which makes a concert even more fun.
Afterlife went crazy.
Afterlife went insane.
That's the one song I knew by them, and that shit went crazy when they played it.
Insane. And then
they were super good, vocally. I thought
he
killed it. And honestly, all the bands sounded really.
All the bands were fantastic. One of my favorite lineups.
Usually, I walk away from a show being like, "Oh, that opener was good. I could have done without them." No, I enjoyed every single set. So,
yep.
Really great lineup on the Plot Used part. But speaking of the devil,
then the Plot You came out.
Who Brendan and I were there to see. The band that got Brendan into heavy
music. And I knew the songs this time. But
all of them. He was so ready.
So they brought out this little jukebox.
Like old radio
Jukebox looking thing. And fucking, it goes dark, and there's a shit ton of smoke.
And there's like storm effects. It's like shh.
And then it just starts saying stuff, and it's like someone's flipping through channels or like trying to find the channel they want. And it says something about, it's like Denver.
Yeah, it lands on like a radio station and talks about Denver.
And talks about Denver, and it's like a little thing.
Like the weather and stuff.
And then they come out to, I think they came out to Forgotten, because it was the...
No, they didn't come out to Forgotten.
No, not Forgotten. They came out to the one where it's like...
Yeah.
Back out! Dude, that song is wild. I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it's Divide. I think it might have been Divide.
They might have come out.
But yeah, fucking insane. There are 3 songs that me and Jeffrey had talked about beforehand that we were like, these are pit songs. These are songs we want in the pit.
Crazy.
The 3 songs, Jeffrey's song of the week, Crows. I was telling him about it. He wasn't sure what I was talking about before, and I was like, dude, he played it last time. It's called Crows. The main, I couldn't remember the main chorus at the time, so I was like, main chorus, he said something about crows.
Just wait, bro.
Just wait, bro. It's gonna go crazy. And the other 2 were Forgotten and Spare Me.
Which are also 2 of my songs of the week.
Yes, also 2 of the songs of the week. So, we're sitting there, and which came first, Crows?
Forgotten.
Okay. So Forgotten comes on, and we're like, okay, this is the song we wanted to demolish.
No, it might have been Crows. It was Crows.
Okay, so Crows.
They played Crows first.
They played Crows, and I was in the middle of the pit when Crows started.
Because he knew what was happening.
Yeah, I heard Crows, and I heard it was on the other side of the thing to start off with, and then Crows got it, and I was like, okay, pit, I'm gonna make it to the end, and then I was like, oh, it's Crows, I'm staying in the pit. So I look at Jeffrey, and I look at him, and I'm pointing down. I'm like, this is it. This is the one.
This is the one.
Like, we weren't close enough that I could say it to him, but I was like, dude, this is the song. This is the song I was telling you about.
I'm looking at him like, what? And like, as I'm looking at him trying to understand what he's saying, all I hear is Landon Tours just be like, the crows are waiting. And I was like, oh, I was like, oh, it's the crow. Okay. And then I jumped in the pit. I was like,
that's a perfect song.
I was like, okay, cool.
And then a few more songs pass, and then they play Forgotten.
Which... One of my favorite parts of that was Forgotten has a very iconic sound at the very beginning of it where it's like, and they like took that little break, and they like come on, he's like, get a sip of water or whatever, and he's like, all right, and you hear it start, and he goes, I know y'all fucking hear it, you know?
he's like, I know you hear it.
He's like, you know what that is, right? And we're all like,
we're all like, yes, this is pit time.
And then, boom, it drops in, and everyone's just like, yeah.
So, we're doing the pit for Forgotten.
We're going fucking crazy in this pit. Brett and I are losing our minds right now.
The pit on the level we were on was wild. Because at certain points it was like people pushing, but at other times it was just everyone compressing. Everyone was just like compressing towards the front. Yeah. And then like pushing back, and then like
shit.
You were just kind of, if you were in the pit, you were just kind of being moved.
And then it was like, it was basically a line, right? And there was like 2 tiny pits, and then you kind of would just get stuck being bounced in between both of them for a while.
It was fucking wild.
And then you'd have to like push someone out to get into one of the pits. And, oh, it was just intense.
But
so, Brett and I sweat our balls off going crazy and Forgotten.
And then he immediately goes into fucking Spare Me.
Yeah.
Which is the song that he released that I think made me and Jeffrey really go, alright, we gotta see him. We gotta go see him.
That was the song that we were like, we'll hear this live. We gotta go.
So then we just had an super extended, crazy pit.
So we went double
hard.
Again. Died.
Dude, it was just a fantastic show.
It was a phenomenal show.
And then
so many crowd surfers.
So many.
But can I say, and I've never had to deal with this at a venue like the one we were at, the fact that it was multiple levels that went up made it so much better.
So much better.
Because instead of everyone just coming in a straight line and everyone's trying to keep them up, you were able to just slowly coast people down a wave of people, basically, at an angle. So there was no, like, extended period of people holding someone until they got to the very end.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking care. We went back by the bar, so we just got them off.
Yeah, we just had to get them over us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say this every time. I respect crowd surfers, but know your size, okay? Just know what you're capable of doing, know what you're... Because there's some people that I'm like, hey man, this is your 7th time, and they almost dropped you the first 2. You're like, just be careful, you know?
you gotta be careful. Yeah.
And like after you see someone get dropped 2 or 3 times, and then you see them up again, you're like,
yeah.
hey man, take a hint. Like maybe people just aren't here for it right now. You know?
and there is one guy who like was in very minimal clothing and a bra.
He was in underwear and bra.
And like
it was just.
It's fine. It's fine if you're just at the concert like that. But if you're going, I don't want to touch you.
It is uncomfortable for other people to have to be put in a position where now they have to do something they don't.
They have to then touch your mostly naked body and move you along. Like, I don't want to do that.
The craziest part is that guy. We heard multiple people talking about him on our way out. You know, just being like, "Come on, man! Like, we're a couple." Or like, "Why do you have to crowd surf something?" Like
maybe crowd surf once.
And nothing on him. He looked like he was having a great time.
He was having a blast.
But understand the effect your actions have on other people. I hate to sound like my mom, but like
yeah, come on now, man.
But there's people talking about getting his gooch in their face, you know. So like,
yeah, and I don't want that.
Like I don't.
And I get if you're crowd surfing and someone accidentally hits you, that's fine. Like if someone bumps into you, that's fine. And even if it's a sensitive area of their body, that's fine. They don't have control. They're literally being crowd surfed.
Yeah.
But if you're wearing just a diaper and it hits me in the face, you chose to wear just a diaper and now I'm getting hit with your crotch.
Yeah, and that's like a little different.
Yeah,
if you get dropped on, oh no, the butt in your face happens.
Like it happened.
Okay. But if I'm just getting your gooch in my face
because you decided to wear like
not because you got dropped, but just because I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, not fun.
And
that's not fun.
And then they get sweaty.
Then they get sweaty and they keep going.
And when you're wearing that minimal clothing, you're just slimy the whole time.
Not fun.
Yeah. So.
But I don't genuinely mind crowd surfers in general.
As long as I know they're coming. And
I think they did a really good job at this show. People were very good at yelling.
The people were good. The security, I didn't see a single one of them point. Now
I saw one of them point a couple times.
At some venues, the second there's a crowd surfer up, you'll see them stand up and point like immediately.
Yes, and I think that's how it should be because it lets everyone know that there is someone above them coming.
Because the people at the front are gonna get kicked in the fucking head if they don't see the dude do that, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're obviously paying way more attention to what's happening in front of you.
Yeah, so if the security guard in front of you stands up and is like, you're like, oh, okay, I should probably pay attention to what's going on behind me now.
Exactly.
And there was a lot of people, I will say, that were shouting it out, that were like, behind! Like,
there were so many people. And I appreciate that to, like, the biggest extent. Like, that's helpful. No one getting dropped on your head is a good
very
nice.
Of a concert. Yes. I will also say, made me feel very good about mosh pits because this was the first time I ever fell in a mosh pit. And I will say, I was up in 3 seconds. To not even my own accord. 3 people grabbed me and picked me right up and sat me down and we went right back to pushing each other.
Yep.
It was a great time.
So when I was in the pit, there was this one dude who was just trying to do too much, right? And I was just jumping with him and whatever. And he got knocked down. 3 dudes swarmed him, picked him up immediately. He comes running at me again. I just tuck my shoulder, and he fucking bounces off of me. He goes back down. Dudes pick him right back up, and he's like, "You good, bro?" And then runs to the other guys. Yeah. And I was like, "Bro, what are you doing, man?"
Yeah, one of my favorite pit moments was me and this guy. We were like on the side, and we were like doing like we could tell that we were both really into the song that was playing. And I start pushing him, and he starts pushing me back. And then we like grab each other's arms and like pulled each other into the pit. But then we were in the middle of the pit, still like holding each other's arms, like he was holding here and I was holding him
like
on
the
his forearm.
Knife fight?
Yeah, and then we were fucking like spinning around, just yelling the song at each other in the pit.
Dude,
oh my
Isn't
god!
That great when you like have a moment where you and a stranger just screaming
Dude,
a song at each
fucking
other?
wonderful. It was a great time.
We were like,
we were just jumping, holding onto it. Like, dude, it was a great time. Fantastic time.
My first time ever like opening up a pit like that, Shred Cruise by Mom Jones.
Hell yeah.
It just came on and he just started shouting immediately that song and I was like, fuck, so I jump in and start going and I remember this big dude was like, yeah, and like jumped in with me, was like, let's fucking go.
Dude, I love when you're trying to do something with a pit and a big guy is like, I'll help you, because they're the guys who can actually get that shit going.
Big dudes are my favorite fucking guys at metal shows because they're sweet, they're nice, they understand their ability. Like, you ever notice the big fucking dads and the old metalheads are always on the edge of the pit?
Yep.
It's because they know that's where they need to be, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because they understand how the show's gonna go. These kids behind him aren't gonna like it, right?
There was a very dad guy at this concert. I think you noticed him too. But he was on the edge of the pit a lot of the time.
Yes.
But then he would go in there and get the pit going if he needed to, and then he'd come back.
Out. Yeah, he's standing right in front of
Dude,
him.
he was like stoking the fire, but for a mosh pit.
And the funniest is, I don't know if you saw later, but his wife joined him.
I did.
And he would come back and he'd just be like giggling and she'd tease him about something.
Yeah. That was so funny to me because he was like, "Oh, the pit's dying."
Yeah, he would also stop you and I from leaving the pit because there'd be times when you and I'd work our way over and he'd fucking push us back.
And we'd be like, "Okay, get back."
That was the worst part about it is anytime we're like, "All right, time to get out," people on the edge were like, "Fuck no, dude."
Dude, yeah, it was silly. But you could tell they were silly. They were like, "Oh, you want out?"
And I'm like, "No!" And then you gotta pull them in and get in their spot. No,
oh, dude, it was a great time. Great show. One of my favorites. Probably dethroning the spot for when I saw the Plot in You the first time.
Fair.
But I just liked the Plot in You more, and I got to see more of them this time, and that makes me happy. So
you get to see more of them.
Yeah, and they played all 30 minutes of their 3-volume series.
Which you wanted to hear.
I wanted to hear every single
Technically
song.
your favorite album if it's all together.
If it's all together, it's my favorite album. So yeah.
Or EP.
EP probably. It's only 9 songs.
It classified as EP.
Yeah.
Well, and also, so I had Jaden, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
I talked to him one time about differences between albums and EPs. Albums are a portfolio, full collection of things you've done, a whole catalog of your work, right? Usually a theme to it, something like that. EPs tell a story.
Okay.
And I feel like the 9 songs as a whole together tell more of a story than
I feel like too. Because I feel like...
Because album you go for different sounds and styles and tastes on to try to fit everything you're going for.
I would say Volume 1 gives very... I would say, if a story, I would say it's following a breakup. The first album, he's just angry. That's where you get Forgotten. That's where you get Left Behind. That's where you get angry songs. And then you get a little less angry the second one, where he's talking about he wants closure. He just is trying to find himself. A little slower, still harder, but slower. And then you get the last part where he's just kind of done.
He's done with it.
He's done. He's kind of done, and he's moving on.
Spare me,
yeah. Dude, yeah. So maybe that could be, but I could be wrong.
Maybe that could be. I honestly I haven't watched enough interviews or anything to know, but for me, the Plot in You, I feel like if you sat down with Landon or the rest of the band or anything and asked them about the writing process, I feel like there's probably a lot of metaphorical shit that goes into what they write.
I bet.
I feel like their writing is very deep and a lot more analytical than we think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, because we talked about Crows being this very ominous fucking angry metal song that's
it is a very angry metal song. But the lyrics,
it probably's got some deep, horrible meaning that
Well, have you listened to the lyrics?
Yeah, they're pretty fucking.
Yeah, he's talking about how his family's telling him to stop doing drugs, and he's like, "Fuck them, I'm gonna go do them anyway." And he's leaves, and he's
the
doing
crows
his
are
shit.
waiting.
And then he's like, "Yeah, the crows are waiting because he's about to die. He's on his way to death.
There's no escaping." Beautiful writing, and obviously, Landon Tours as a vocalist.
Landon Tours is
we've glazed him enough, but
dude, he's a very talented individual.
The whole band is phenomenal.
They're so good.
They put on a great show. I enjoyed it all.
I will say one thing we didn't say about Holding Absence. The guy who screamed, I was not expecting it at all.
Guys, how to describe what he looked like? Imagine Squints from Sandlot.
Yes, imagine Squints
with a mustache.
And he just belted that shit out.
Like he was a dorky little guitar guy, and then he walks up, he's like,
and you were like, what? Oh, yeah, no, that was wild.
Oh, but they were all little British boys.
They were all little British boys.
They were
little British.
They all looked
that guy looked like Tom Holland, low-key.
The lead singer?
The lead singer.
Dude.
He gave Tom Holland if he grew his hair out
more.
You
know what made me feel bad?
What? Oh, I think I know.
The lead singer was easily like a 9 or a 10, and the rest of them are maybe a 5 together. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, how are you like the hot tatted lead singer, and then you got a fucking like 6'7" tall bass player who's just like a goofy looking white guy. You got Squints from the Sandwa, and then you just got a basic white boy on the drums.
Yep.
And then you got this fucking pompadour, tattooed, nasally voiced punk singer, and you're like, he's slaying 12 times more pussy than the rest. No,
Yeah.
because 12 times 0 is still 0. He's just getting
He's
so
just getting
much
so
more
much
action.
more.
And maybe I'm wrong.
You could be wrong.
Maybe he isn't piping. Maybe he's in a committed relationship.
He could be. He could be.
But I bet he's piping her a lot.
I bet he's piping a lot. You know. Yeah. No. I agree with that. Yeah. If they were all single, he's getting the most poon.
Like, yeah, if they all walk into a bar together, I know which 3 are gonna be sitting at the bar at the end of the night. You know, like.
I feel like. You know what I feel like is funny though? I feel like Squints gets the second most pussy.
Yeah, I feel like because the other two just seem like they're awkward guys.
Yeah, Squint seems like he's silly.
He seems like he has some fucking swagger to him.
Yeah, he did have a little swagger to
Like
him.
he's like, oh, bro.
Yeah, plus he's also he's a guitarist.
Yeah, he's a lead guitarist.
He's a lead guitarist.
Yeah, and I bet he's got a little swagger to him, and he walks in with his glasses. He's like, cheers, bro. You need a pint?
Well, I was checking. I was looking at the like photos on Instagram because I followed them.
They immediately posted a video on TikTok of them playing Afterlife at Denver. I saw that. The next day. It was very cool.
But there's a lot of pictures. I think the best 2 friends out of all of them are the lead singer and Squints.
No.
Yeah,
really?
I think those are the besties. I think they're besties.
Dude, they get the most bitches.
Yeah,
they get laid probably.
Yeah,
well, he's also a co-vocalist.
Well, did you see? They posted a TikTok where he was being really silly, where they were holding him like they were doing something about like they got lost, they got stuck, and he was like, "Yeah, we can't leave." And then you see Squints and he's holding onto the barrier, and someone's obviously holding his legs off camera, so he looks like he's like flapping in the wind. Yeah, no, it is silly. They were silly.
I love that. No, they were super cool, super fun show.
Yeah, I was really happy when I saw that they were going with them because I was like, I know them.
Okay, and then Brendan, we don't got tons of time left, but I'll mention this just for your sake. On the way home from the Blonde U, for the first time ever, I listened to the entirety of Baloonerism by Mac Miller.
And what's your overall opinion, Jeffrey?
Okay, I can't say that because I don't want to name drop this person. But Brendan has a friend.
Yes, I do.
That has claimed that this is dog water.
Like, not even just dog. Like, the worst thing that has
Like
ever
he'd rather
graced
go
his
through
ears.
Chinese water torture than listen to this album.
Yeah, like, he hates it with a passion. He will go out of his way. Like, I'll post things about Baloonerism on my stories and stuff. He will go out of his way to call it trash. Okay.
He could suck a dick. But
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
my personal opinion.
Exactly.
Because, like, it's a great
It's a
fucking
fantastic
album, man.
It's a fantastic album.
Okay, I'm going to talk about a couple of my favorites.
I will say one thing. Big fumble on my end. I stay awake at night thinking about it. I didn't turn the volume up on my phone, so me and Jeffrey were listening to music at like quarter volume the entire day, except for Baloonerism. You gotta listen to that fully.
Except for the first 2 songs.
Have you gone back and listened to them at all?
I have not.
Okay, I might put on the SZA song for you on the way to D&D.
Okay, but let's talk about the ones I enjoy. Okay, so ones I've already heard. I already knew Do You Have a Destination?
Mm-hmm.
I already knew Stoned, and I already knew Funny Papers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic 3.
Yeah, great songs. All 3 very enjoyable. The ones I didn't know that I really fucked up. $5 Pony Rides.
Oh, that was the lead-off single, and
That
it was
one
fantastic.
Is amazing in my opinion. I really like $5 Pony Rides. Friendly Hallucination.
Yes.
And Mrs. Deborah Downer. Those are my 3 off of the first listen through, the ones I didn't know that I'm like,
Yes.
these 3 are
Yes.
fucking bangers. I remember them sticking with me listening to the car. $5 Pony Rides is probably my favorite on the album.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair take. It is a very good song. I will say, the thing I remember about $5 Pony Rides, I remember I put it on my playlist the day after it came out.
Yeah.
And I listened to it like 2 times the day it came out. And that second day, I was just at work, and it came on, and I just started singing it like it was a Mac song that I just known for years. Like, it's a fantastic song.
It's a good fucking
It's a
song.
fantastic song.
So yeah, had to give Baloonerism the glazing it deserved.
Yes, very fantastic album. Beautiful. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love it. And I think that's a great spot to wrap up this episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to episode 85 of the Attention Deficit Dawgs. If you like this content, you want to see more, check us out on Instagram or TikTok at the Attention Deficit Dawgs, or find us on YouTube at the Deficit YouTube channel.
Got that.
Other than that, remember that my song of the week is Crows by the Plot and You.
And my song is Your Words Hold Weight, but I'm not a bodybuilder.
By
Brad and Kim.
There you go. Other than that, take care of yourselves. Eat 3 meals today. Drink some water. And as always,